Feel me now as maiden. I am the initiator. I am the twinkle of an idea. I am the spark that activates and inspires. I am the light that illuminates manifestation. I bring the energy that encourages the sleeping winter world to begin to stir. Feel my presence. I am the spark of life in all things. St. Bridget at Imbolc, with her Bridget's cross, the swan, the serpent on her belly, the Kundalini energy, the brow, the flame, and the wolf at her feet. And everything is snowy. Everything is snowy here as well. Looking out the window, everything's covered in snow. At my altar I have British herbs, yarrow, mugwort, some old moss. It's gone out now, but it was burning before. And a nice cup of tea, because of course Bridget is the goddess of milk. And Imbolc is the first of the seasons when the lambs were being born, and the first milk from the sheep was being sacredly thanked for arriving after such a difficult winter. Of course, we know that we've still got some winter to go. This is the morning after the first few days of the really, really cold part of winter. We've still got a little bit left to go. And I just wanted to really bring attention to the more subtle messages of Imbolc. Possibly you know of the associations with Bridget, and I don't really want to talk about those, but I wanted to bring more to the attention of what this represents. Now, as that poem that I read says, this is the maiden energy, where it's all about possibility and potential. You know, we're not entering into the really fertile period of Beltane yet, and we're certainly not into the first harvests of spring, but in traditional terms we would have seen the first burgeoning of new birth, so especially sheep. But the maiden that is going from childhood into adulthood, starting with the first blood, and traditionally you burn a red candle for St. Bridget to represent the blood of that very early maidenhood, the first signs of the burgeoning. What does that represent to us? Half of us aren't female, and we've, a lot of us are, in fact most of us are probably past our first puberty and well into our adulthood. So maybe this is a memory that's long past, and it's important to bring back to our consciousness what it really meant to have a foot in both worlds. Menstruation, the very first menstruation, is actually not the sign that you are an adult. It's a sign that your body is changing. It's a sign that the thing that holds you and materializes in this world, in this middle realm, is changing. But yet you are not an adult. We would say probably psychologically, developmentally, you're not an adult until you're probably in your 20s. So a young maiden of 9, 10, up to maybe 14 or 15 is still in that hinter zone, and that's very much the message of this time of year, that you embody. You're not being torn between winter and spring, but you embody both winter and spring. And if winter is seen as the childish period where there's a lot of sleep, there's a lot of growing, there's a lot of being held, being nurtured waiting for you to grow, and spring being the burgeoning, the fertility of adolescence and early maidenhood, then Imbolc absolutely is that period where you are allowed to embody both sides. You are allowed to be a child, and you are also allowed to start beginning to enter into the adult realms with excitement and curiosity and wonder and joy. And just as you don't want to leave your childhood behind with sadness, you just certainly don't want to be in a rush to grow up. And so I feel that the deepest message of this time of year is enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. And love whatever comes. Today we've got beautiful snow and a child shouting. So whatever it is, just enjoy it in this period. Blessed be.